Friday, Saturday, and even part of the day Sunday. So a soggy end to the week. High pressure in control. This high pressure is actually very large. It's just the graphic here has the high pressure a lot smaller, but it's actually a very broad clockwise flow, and it's helping to just usher in what is left of what was Tropical Storm Harold, moving up across parts of New Mexico and now into southern Colorado over the next 24 hours. So a flood risk has been issued. This means that there is a higher risk of flash flooding where the yellow color is located. So if you're joining us inside a county where you have the yellow color highlighted, that means you're more vulnerable to urban flash flooding and a little bit of rapid runoff and even flash flooding around creek beds, river beds, and even local tributaries. So just something we have to watch very carefully. It's not going to be catastrophic flooding by any means. We don't want that to scare you, but it is saying that these tropical-like downpours are prone to drop heavy rain over a short period of time. Counterclockwise flow right across the Four Corners region. That's our system. It's going to be inching towards I-25 by about this time tomorrow. So we'll wake up with some sunshine tomorrow morning. It'll cloud up pretty quickly through the afternoon, so don't count on seeing much in the way of sunshine tomorrow. The sunshine we do get will be a component that further helps to destabilize the atmosphere. Remember, the more sunshine you have, the more buoyancy you have in the atmosphere, and that is always very helpful for the development of storms. So have a little sunshine in the morning. That'll help our storms really get going through the afternoon. More we kind of heat up the surface. As we move through about 1-2 o'clock, that cold front will be pushing through. Alongside that tropical moisture will be meeting up with that frontal boundary, and that will allow the heaviest of rain to form around 4 o'clock. Even though we're going to see a few little isolated storms before then, I do think the heaviest of showers pushes in after 4 p.m. from Pueblo County up to Colorado Springs and even points west, so a little bit closer to the foothills. And look at how expansive it becomes as we move through about 8-9 o'clock in the evening, and storms become a lot more heavy, and so certainly producing a lot of frequent lightning and even a little bit of hail. Small hail is going to be possible, but it won't be a primary threat for us tomorrow. Storms are going to last through the evening and part of the overnight time frame, so it is going to be a fairly soggy evening for us. Temperatures will be topping out in the 60s and 70s for the Pikes Peak region on Friday, so we'll be noticeably cooler, more clouds, and a lot of heavy rain for the afternoon. Temperatures in the 70s and 80s here from parts of the wet mountains east into Pueblo County, and low 90s across the eastern plains will still be realized before that rain cold air shows up. So it'll still be warmer across the eastern plains and then cooler to end the day. Saturday is looking a little iffy. I do think we'll see some showers and storms, but it looks like that zone of moisture will favor the foothills a little bit more, and some of this activity could spread across I-25, but it looks like the foothills will be the most vulnerable for flash flooding through Saturday afternoon. So that's around western El Paso County, Manitou Springs, Teller County, up and down the wet mountains and parts of the Sangres as well. Notice here, this is a look at the futurecast rainfall accumulations through Saturday. Take this for what it's worth, just to kind of let you in on the fact that the highlights are going to be around higher terrain areas. Colorado Springs, upwards of about 2 inches through Saturday. It doesn't sound like much, but if an inch falls in about an hour period of time, which is likely to happen on Friday, that will cause a lot of headaches. Temperatures will be in the 70s through the weekend. Higher probabilities for precipitation. We really don't let up with drier conditions until early next week. Pueblo, more clouds and sunshine, about a 60 to 70% coverage of storm across Pueblo, with temperatures in the upper 80s on Friday and then down to the 70s on Saturday. We will look for a gradual warming trend to return, but it won't be until early next week as we bounce back into the low 80s around Monument. So this will be our last official week of August, and it looks like it's going to be cooler than average for a majority of the work week before we start to warm things back up. Woodland Park in the 60s and 70s for the weekend, 80s in Canyon City tomorrow, 70s on Saturday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Now during the Labor Day sales event, gear up and get out in a Ford truck or SUV that can take you anywhere. Last chance to get great offers on a huge selection of